Cole, you ready for some football, man? Let's get at it.
Dude, I couldn't sleep last night how jacked up I was to see some football, man. I'm pumped. I'm ready. Let's have a great season.
Well, it's kind of like asking a girl out for the first time. You don't know what to expect. When you finally ask her out, you don't know how the day's going to go. But when it does go well, hey, you're all smiles, right? So you talk about really good blocking schemes. So you see Everett shoot his head, had a 3 technique, really good push on the defensive lineman, and then Nate Noel does all the work. Again, zone blocking schemes are so crucial. No penetration, really good with the fundamentals, shooting that head across and just keeping those feet moving. Look, Coach Clark is doing a great job coaching these guys up. Go ahead and score your first touchdown on the game. Look at the cut right there. Beautiful cut by the left tackle. Offensive line did a great job getting vertical movement on the outside zone. Caleb Kelly pinning the linebacker, and that's what the big thing about the emphasis on zone running. Being able to seal those linebackers, being able to keep them away from making those tackles.
Hey, human joystick right there. I mean, beautiful spin move. And Dan, did you see when he lowered his shoulder into that defender?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, better pack a lunch.
Watch this.
Ooh.
Blocking, I mean, just chef's kiss on the blocking assignments, how well they were executed. He finds that hole and just keeps it running. Fancher is so dangerous with his legs. That ability.
Oh my goodness, it's kind of like watching Lamar Jackson move around a little bit. I mean, just the escape artist ability right here. If this was Madden, I would think his ability to break the sacks and everything, I'd probably give him at least about a 90. I think it is warranted right now.
And we talk about big plays. That was supposed to be a screen to the back right there, and the defense did a really good job of kind of sniffing that out, adding a little bit of pressure. And one thing that defensive linemen are always supposed to do when they see a screen, retrace your steps, and that's exactly what they did. And that kind of made it a little bit hard for the offensive linemen to do their job. Really good on the RPO action. Lester's out there in the flats, stays on his feet, starting to lose a little balance. I guess he was shot. He was all out there by himself for a second. Really good blocking by the receivers, and then he just dives into the end zone. Well, that's also one of the reasons why the sack total for his offense is also so low. They only given up 2 sacks this season, and one was on Vantrease. I'm going to say it because I'm a former offensive lineman. It was definitely on him, but it's not going to show that. But that's the reason why they're so good in that particular stat, is because Vantrease is so alert and he's aware of where the guys are coming from.
I know one thing, Coach Callahan is going to be really excited. All his stars are coming back except for one, so he's definitely going to have some good momentum going into the season with a lot of older guys, a lot of experience.
Feels like Georgia Southern's defense is kind of just guessing, and instead of just reacting to what's happening, you saw that outside blitz that happened, and then next thing you know, it just left everybody else open, because usually when you blitz, it's going to put everybody else in man coverage. If you spread everybody out, it's going to leave the middle of the field open, and then you're just going to start gashing defenses.
And when you have that 1-2 punch of Ali and Labor, it makes it really hard for the Eagles to stop the running game.
I mean, it's kind of like watching a boxing fight. I mean, you got a really good boxer, and he's throwing you some pretty good jabs, and then next thing you know, you get that hook. I mean, you better check your jaw, because if that makes contact, you may be KO'd, and that's exactly what's happening with Georgia Southern's run defense. They just have not been able to recover.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever seen a unicorn before? Because that's exactly what Ryan Miller is. And you know what? I'm going to make a crazy claim here. Ryan Miller is the FCS version of Kyle Pitts.
That stops the clock, and that helps out Ball State, and Georgia Southern's doing a great job moving people. Oh my goodness, that was such a great block right there. Way to cut the ball inside.
I was looking at the same thing. The left guard, Pishon Wembley, pushed that D lineman out of the way for Arnold to get space.
I mean, you could drive a truck through that, Danny.
True
really
freshman as well. Playing like
well, Kyle Vantrease is what we call a true dual threat quarterback. He can hurt you in the air, but he can also hurt you with his feet. He's a talented kid, and you saw right there on the read option, really good at reading that in, kind of crashing down on that. Everybody crashing in on that on the center, thinking the running back's going to get the ball. He just keeps it, finds a way, gets the first down.
Oh, beautiful play call right there. Wayne Anderson might be the fastest player on this Paladin offense. You get him on a little bit on that swing route. Great delivery right there, and beautiful.
I tell you what, Huff, I've been very impressed by him. Every one of his passes just perfectly located for his receivers to be able to make an easy catch.
I'll tell you what, this is exactly what the Paladins want in a quarterback, a guy that understands it and knows how to play the position extremely well. He's not a young guy. I mean, he's had years and years of experience to kind of hone his craft, and he's playing tremendously tonight.
You know, a lot of people say something about this defense. They don't think they're really that good. And Kaji Jackson, he just keeps his eyes up there. The outside linebacker sees it, and then he just takes it to the house. Man, talking about Florida speed. That's a real thing, Danny.